Hey guys, Tib here. Today we're going to do some colour mixing practice, mainly for portraits, skin colours, and lights and darks. Okay, let's go. What I've done is I've set up 3 colour sets. So we've got sort of like what I call natural colours, and these are mainly synthetic colours, I suppose you could say, and these are the cadmium colours and cobalt. So we've got down here we've got Terra Rosa, which is an iron oxide. Then we've got yellow ochre, and then we've got ultramarine. This one we got Naphtha red. That apparently that sort of came from the auto industry for the red cars that was developed. Very lemon and ultramarine again. And this one we got cadmium red. This one's cadmium lemon, and we got cobalt blue. I'm just doing the 3 sets to show you the different skin tones you can get, so you can pick which ones. For I'm doing a Game of Thrones. It's a fantasy set in fantasy land, so I'm going for the natural colours. It adds a bit of depth, and then it sort of makes it look a bit older too. So that's what I want to get out of it. Okay, we'll start. So what we need is, let's have the red. So for red skin, I could say, yes. So we get this, some of this. Come on. Not happy. Okay. Even for red skin, red tones, I'll put a bit of white in this one and show you it is very bright, very pinkish. What I usually do is add a bit of yellow in it. I guess that sort of makes it a bit more orangey, you could say. So I'm just going to make a line. If I get some of this stuff. Don't you hate it when you squirt some paint out? All the oil comes out of it. That's all annoying. Okay, let's just do so we do a line from dark to lightest. Okay. That's what I usually do when I paint. I actually create a colour band. I'll show different. It's okay. It's going okay. Yeah. And showing all the different levels of colour, from dark to, say, the highest chroma down to the lowest chroma, the lighter, and then mix it from there. Okay, so it's like going down the pink. So now we go to the yellow. Okay. Yellow ochre, it's a very soft yellow, so you can't really get that dark, but it's okay. So as you're on the facial features, so use red where there's more blood exposed on the face. Let's get a bit red there. Whereas the yellow denotes the bone is quite close underneath. Yeah. And you get that yellow look. And sometimes you get a bit of both. That's why you generally sometimes red. You mix a bit of the red with the yellow to get the colour, because it's just not either one or the other. Okay. And a mess of this, but no. Getting the point across. Some yellows. And now let's do a brown, nice deep brown. So brown, usually green, make green. You mix them all at once, but I just do this. That's all. There you go. The green here, and then there's a bit of red. All that paint. Okay, if it's too ready, then just mix a bit of blue. Well, actually, I could really go a lot darker. There you go. Coming up. See what it's like. Yeah, so it's a grey. So I'll add more red. A little bit better. Let's take this off. Most of it. There you go. Okay. A bit better. So you got a bit of a lighter brown as it comes through. Yeah, like mud. You can always use that to do shadows as well. But we go across. Go next. Okay, so we've got the reds. Right. The only problem with this one, I found in the past, is the lips and ears. They sort of need a brighter red, which you can't sort of, because it's too toned down. Yeah, so we've got pink. Got the lighter reds. I'll do for this one. I'll do a red in the yellow band. And I'll do a combo. Yeah. Bit of red. A lot of red. So I've actually sort of gone a bit lighter for that one. What I'm going to do is a bit more yellow. Just do this. Orange. So you're getting lighter, so you've got something more glow. Once you find it's actually got a bit more warmth than these toned down colours. It's very more natural. I did this a while ago. I used 3 combinations, and when I did it, sort of that's where I got these ones. These ones are like very good for like natural portraits, whereas you're starting to get up to here, they're more like into anime type portraits because the colours are very defined, very strong, very flat. I suppose you'd say. Okay, the same. So there's the cobalt ones. You can see with the cobalt already, it's got a nice softer pink to it. That one is very strong, very hard, even when it's mixed. So naturally out of the tube, it's a very nice colour for. So it makes it a bit more. Yeah, so it's very nice. So that's great. That's probably good for lipstick. I like lips, and also the ear, where it's a lot better than that one, a lot stronger. Yeah, it's up with the yellow. Oh. More. But take it, set the lighter one. Great. Okay, now I'll make an orange out of it. There we go. So, just here. And as I say, so you got the So you got the cheek colour, I suppose, with the high blooded, and you can see with the now down orange, you're getting the nice tone. Whereas the so you probably add more yellow to this one so far. So go here. Now I'm sort of getting the bone, flesh over bone look. Okay. Yeah. Now what I've got to do is do the browns. So I've got here, I've got yellow. Nice green. And I'll get the red. That's too much, so I've got to have more blue. A bit more blue. There we go. And yeah, so we can put some red violet. Okay, I'll do the same with these, cadmium. And I guess for like that's nice, a nice brown. If you want to make it lighter, instead of going for the white, just go for a bit yellow, and then you've got a lower tone. Now if you want to go a bit lower, let's try that a bit more orange, yellow. There you go. Let's get some of that brown, black back. Sorry, not used to talking and doing this at the same time. Excuse. Oh, no. Okay. But you're going to go back to brown again. It's going to be darker than what it was because you add more paint. I think that's muddy. But let's say, let's have a look at it. Oh, I got here. Got my little chart. So if we wanted to do so you got bird umber, that's dark brown, but actually when you mix it, it goes a bit lighter. So let's try some burnt umber. Let's see if we can reduce the burnt umber. Burnt umber, there we go. The old hands, I can't open up they get very sensitive. I find it difficult to open up these tubes. Cut in, so I'm going to need a cloth to open them up. There you go. bit of this, that number. Let's do it on here. So okay, that's a nice brown. I've read one theory too that your eye, they say not to use solid colours. It's not as interesting as if you have a number of colours mixed. So it's not too bad but light. Something clove. So that's the main thing is with these ones is the different colours actually give you a better outcome. So the cadmiums, like most painters use the cadmiums, is because it's, you can see like the colour here. It's much nicer if you were doing a portrait. These ones are sort of a bit too harsh, whereas the cadmiums a bit lighter, and they're giving you it's almost the same, but the cadmiums seem to be a bit nicer in that respect. And also with the different colours, the browns and reds, whereas that goes to more maroon, and that one's a bit darker too. With shadows, Ben use Viridian, but it's Ben Huttenhausen, I think his name, on YouTube. So he says you get a bit of green, Viridian green, and then you mix it with yellow ochre. To get a lot of such saturated green, that's probably about it. And then that's reds. So you got your flesh tone that you're after, and you can add a bit of red in. Just do a little bit. And that will desaturate it. And not that type of colour would be used. I just made it. In places where, on men, haven't shaven, get the dark. That's one way of doing it. That's his method. Another way is, so you want a bit of burnt sienna. There's the burnt sienna, a bit of ultramarine blue, and you make your black. Oh, there we go. Then again, I'll get this one, red, And just add that a bit. Again, to desaturate it. There you go. So here's that. See the difference. So yeah, that's one way. Okay. Now you got for shadows, the two is like you have you got like or two blacks. You've also got a neutral black. You got a black which is like ivory black, which is a neutral. It's funny if Ivory Black went to buy it and it's not available. I actually had carbon black, so a different type of blacks. Because with shadows, a different light. So a shadow in blue light is different than a shadow in an orange light. So the blue would be colder, and the yellow would be warmer. So warmer red base, and the blue is more of a blue base. So show you these. It's ivory, that's carbon, and that's Mars. That's a lot. I had to do a lot of research into black because my dogs are border collies, and I've done a number of portraits on it. They're black. So and the shadows are very important. It's I had a good effect where I can actually mix cool and warm shadows on the coat. Okay, this one is carbon black. Let's show some of that, put some more white on it. So yeah, so they're both pretty neutral, those ones. You see that? Probably off screen. Where's it go? You'll find that Mars black is made of iron oxide, so it's got a warmer, and that's so cooler. Neutral. It's only blacks, and also this one. This one was a bird sienna and blue. Let's have a look. See what. Yeah. So it looks a bit warmer too. Yeah. That one's cooler. That's definitely cooler. So these ones are both sort of warm. That's probably the burnt sienna rather than the ultramarine blue coming out. And also we'd use that's cobalts, cabin red, most reds and blues will give you a dark. Not that one though. Okay, so that's more maroon. So you could use any of these for shadows, but that sort of would give you a bluey tinge in the shadow. So I took some of this pink. Don't need much. And I want to desaturate that. That's a bit much. So yeah, it's turned it a bit. That will sort of give you a blue shade. These give you a neutral. Yeah. I think I'll just leave it there. I'll probably do some more in this series. What I might do is just concentrate. I'm going to use these a lot in my Game of Thrones series. So next one I might do, see how far I can take it and get all the shades I want with it. That's if that's interest to you. But yeah, I know it's more of I was thinking with the cadmium, these colours, what instance would you use it in? What type of portraits? Was it the movie Labyrinth? Bowie. If I was to do a portrait, how they have the ballroom scene where they're actually dancing. That's probably something. These are the colours I'd use for their portraits to give it that fantasy look, really, bright, perfect, you could say. Yeah, but then I say these ones, the colours are a bit cartoony, I suppose, with the face. Yeah, so I definitely like these ones for more natural, especially with the portraits I like to paint. So, anyway, I hope this helps, but I'll definitely do some more videos on this if you're interested or not, because I've done found it with painting. It's finding the right combination of colours. It's like you can't mix a dark brown and then go right down to a light brown. As here you mix a dark brown and then it goes grey or it goes maroon. Yeah, so I think it's that's a difficulty in painting, is to find which colours make which colour, and you got to do it on it. So I've sort of haven't had painted for a year, and before that was quite sketchy. I did it for a number of years before that. I was getting a good handle on it, but over the last couple of years I've forgotten it, so I'm sort of have to get back into it. I remember what it is, but yeah. So anyway, thanks for sticking around this long. Okay, cheers.